Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. Got a bit of a different one for you this time. Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars, and more specifically, why Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is the best Star Wars movie of them all. Better than the two movies that came before it in the prequel trilogy, but we all agree on that one. Better than any of the movies in the sequel trilogy, which everyone probably agrees with me on that one as well. But yes, even better than any of the original trilogy. That's a bold claim to make. But here's why I think this. So, what is one of the biggest appeals of Star Wars? It's the lightsaber battles, isn't it? Lightsabers became huge from Star Wars. And this movie has the most amount of lightsaber fights out of any Star Wars movie. It has 5. The first one being Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Count Dooku. This, of course, was a rematch from Attack of the Clones, where Count Dooku absolutely destroyed both of them. This time, it's Obi-Wan who gets his ass handed to him very quickly, and Anakin who has to go on the offense. Which he does. The fight isn't very long, but it is actually pretty good. Because it shows Anakin's strength. It shows how Anakin's strength has improved since the end of Attack of the Clones to now, to where he's the one, instead of being the one having to try and be defensive, he's the one making the moves on Count Dooku, to where he even slices his hands off. And then, of course, we get the first meme of the movie, which the memes do help elevate the movies, greatness, which no other Star Wars movie really has, apart from this one. Where the Emperor says, "Good, Anakin, good, kill him. Kill him now." And Anakin says, "I shouldn't, it's not the Jedi way." And then the Emperor says the famous line of, "Do it." And then Anakin slices Count Dooku's head off. And that moment was the first time the Emperor could see emotional vulnerability in Anakin, to where he's thinking, I could take advantage of that. And of course, throughout the movie, that's what he does do. Then we have the second lightsaber fight of the movie, which is actually the shortest one of the lot. It's Obi-Wan versus General Grievous. The actual lightsaber part of the fight doesn't actually go on for very long. It's just Obi-Wan fighting a 4-armed General Grievous, dodging a few attacks and slicing 2 of his arms off, before it turns into a chase scene, then a fist fight, where Obi-Wan almost breaks his leg, trying to kick General Grievous, gets thrown off a cliff, hangs onto the edge, and then shoots him with a blaster. But of course, that fight begins with another famous meme from the movie. Hello there. Next, we have fight number 3. This one was actually really good. Mace Windu and the 3 Jedi versus the Emperor. Because throughout the movie, the Emperor had been slowly giving hints to Anakin that the Sith Lord they have been looking for all this time is actually him. So Anakin tells Mace Windu about this. Mace Windu and 3 other Jedi go to the Emperor. And we get yet another meme of the movie. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? The Senate will decide your fate. I am the Senate. Not yet. It's treason. Then. And then, of course, the Emperor kills 2 of the 3 Jedi that came along with Mace Windu instantly. They don't even start fighting and they get killed. The other one survives a couple more seconds, then he dies. And then it's just the Emperor versus Mace Windu. Which we all know Mace Windu absolutely had that fight on lock until Anakin came in. The Emperor using Force Lightning on Mace Windu, but of course just using his lightsaber to deflect it, puts it back. at the Emperor, which would have killed him if Anakin didn't intervene and slice Mace Windu's hand off himself and allow the Emperor to use unlimited power, another meme, and yeet Mace Windu out of the building and kill him. Anakin regretted instantly what he did, but the Emperor had enough emotional vulnerability in Anakin to convert him to the dark side of the Force, which he did. And a question people who back when the original trilogy is all that existed, a big question was for all those people that before the prequel trilogy was released were probably thinking, how did the Jedi get exterminated in the first place? Like, who killed them off? This movie, Revenge of the Sith, of course, shows us exactly what happened. The Emperor said, "Execute Order 66." And all of the clone troopers that had only been introduced at the end of the previous movie all turn evil. And then, of course, they become the stormtroopers in the original trilogy. But yeah, the clone troopers turn evil and start killing off all the Jedi one by one. Whether it was on the ground or whether it was in the sky, like with what happened to Plo Koon. I think it does a very good job of showing each scene, putting the emotional impact on the fact that all of the Jedi are being killed. All at the same time. Just like that. Of course, we have Anakin killing off the younglings, where they say, "Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we going to do?" Anakin turns on lightsaber, you know what comes next. It's like the meme of, there's 7 children, there's 10 children and 7 chairs. What do we do to solve the problem? Obi-Wan, get 3 more chairs. Anakin, kill 3 kids. So Anakin kills all the younglings. And then he goes off to Mustafar and then kills everyone in there. It's Anakin has fully gone from the light side of the Force to the dark side of the Force. Definitely has. So Obi-Wan and Yoda, of course, go to the Jedi Library to see what's happened. Meanwhile, while everything else before that was going on, Yoda was actually on the Wookiee planet, where we meet Chewbacca, to where he was actually in the prequels before we met him with Han Solo. Then, of course, Obi-Wan sees a hologram of Anakin killing people for no reason, and wondering why. Then the final 2 fights of the movie begin at the exact same time. Obi-Wan versus Anakin, the greatest fight in all of Star Wars. If you disagree, tell me who yours is in the comments, because I doubt you'll find a lightsaber battle within Star Wars that is as good as Anakin versus Obi-Wan. And we have Yoda versus the Emperor at the same time. Now, something I want to quickly touch upon is where Mace Windu was using his lightsaber to deflect the Force lightning from the Emperor. Does anyone feel like the way the Emperor dies in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, is super cheap, because that's literally what Kylo Ren does to kill the Emperor? He uses his lightsaber to deflect the Force lightning back at the Emperor. And it's like, oh, well done. You just killed him off the way you were going to kill him the way you tried to kill him off in the prequel trilogy. It's not original. You've already tried this, and it would have worked the first time if it wasn't for Anakin. That's what I think. But enough about the sequel trilogy. It's all about the prequels, especially Episode 3. So, Anakin and Obi-Wan have their confrontation of only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must. You will try. And then the fight begins. And the best music track in the entire franchise starts playing. Battle of the Heroes. I thought it was called Duel of the Fates, but no, that's the music track that plays when Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn fight Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. Although part of that track part of that track is actually in Battle of the Heroes as well, if you notice. And of course, the entire fight between the two of them is pretty much only Anakin always on the offense and Obi-Wan constantly having to be on the defense. Showing that the rage and anger that has consumed Anakin to turn him to the dark side, which of course in the original trilogy, Luke refused to submit to, which Anakin did not. I mean, they chose a pretty big scale to set the final fight of the movie on, a freaking lava planet in Mustafar. Which, how the hell is anyone supposed to figure out that Episode 9 starts on Mustafar, which is where Kylo Ren is? How is anyone supposed to figure that out? It looks nothing like the Mustafar from Episode 3. But oh well. Then we've got Yoda fighting the Emperor, which is not as good of a fight as Obi-Wan versus Anakin, because nothing is as good as that, but it's still a pretty good fight. It shows the two old people, the old veterans, going head to head, going at each other. The music for that fight isn't bad either, but Battle of the Heroes, what an amazing music track this was. And of course, Obi-Wan and Anakin are actively breaking pretty much everything that's within the facility on Mustafar that they're fighting in. To, of course, where they even are then standing on platforms that go just above the lava, which one wrong move and you're falling in and dying. And Obi-Wan and Anakin, of course, have their emotional the whole Chancellor Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost. The whole confrontation of who's good and who's evil. And of course, the fight ends with with the final meme of the movie. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. And of course, Obi-Wan then slices off Anakin's legs. And then has the emotional, "You were the chosen one. You were sent to destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness." And then leaves to see Padme give birth to Luke and Leia and then die. So they all leave. Obi-Wan takes Luke to Tatooine. And he gives Leia to the guy who picked up Yoda when he fled from from fighting the Emperor. And then the movie ends. So yeah. The lightsaber fights are a big reason for why this is the best Star Wars movie, because none of them are bad. All of them are either good or amazing. Obi-Wan vs. Anakin is the best fight the franchise has ever had and ever will have. And the emotional vulnerability that Anakin shows throughout the whole movie, which of course the Emperor then takes advantage of, perfectly works so well. Like, they could have really made a bad and anticlimactic story in how Darth Vader was created, but no, I think they did a great job of how they created Darth Vader. And it sets up, the movie is the whole point of the movie is to set up the original trilogy. And I think it does a fantastic job of doing that. And that's going to be it for this video. That is why I believe Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith is the greatest movie in the franchise. What do you think? Tell me in the comments what your favourite movie is and why. But if you've enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, catch you later.